Daddy Trump. That's right. NATO referred to Donald Trump as Daddy. Trump drops this F-bomb. He's pissed off at Israel, Iran. And he says, sometimes you got to use strong language. He says, Daddy's got to use strong language. I'm just going to say it again. It's hilarious. Trump has responded to it. The press is blowing up. Trump has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize again over his Israel-Iran ceasefire. I find the thing kind of funny. Nobel Peace Prize. Barack Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize for doing nothing. So I'm not sure I really value that a whole lot, especially considering we're talking about Donald Trump bombing a country, then getting peace. And I'm saying you deserve a peace prize for this. And it's like, to be honest, it's a tremendous feat to bomb a foreign country and then get peace afterwards. That's impressive. I mean, I'm not a fan of these strikes. Say it again. But any leader dreams of when they engage in a military strike, the other nation just saying, okay, you win. Just like 12-day war. So here's the story from the Hill. NATO chief calls Trump daddy after president drops F-bomb. Let's roll tape. Let's see if we can get this to play properly.
It was very inconclusive. The intelligence says we don't know. It could have been very severe. That's what the intelligence says. So I guess that's correct. But I think we can take the we don't know. It was very severe. It was obliteration. And you'd think that a media outlet would say, isn't that a great thing? I mean, more importantly for the pilots, for the military, you take their guts out. You take their absolute guts out. They had a tremendous attack. It was a complete obliteration. The other team, the other group, Iran, said, let's stop this. And you know what? Israel said it too. Very smart. They fought like hell, and then they said, let's stop. And they're going to build themselves. And I really see it as sticking. I mean, we may do papers on it, Marco. Maybe we're going to do papers. I don't even know if you need them. They're not going to be fighting each other. They've had it. They've had a big fight, like two kids in a schoolyard. They fight like hell. You can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2-3 minutes. Then it's easy to stop them.
And then Daddy has to sometimes use strong language.
You have to use strong language. Every once in a while you have to use a certain word.
I think we have to join the others.
Yes, we're going to join some other group. Yes, thank you. Katie, one
last question. Do you believe that
she's so good. That's the only reason I type.
Thank you, Mr. President.
She used to be very difficult. Go ahead.
I don't know if the NATO chief realized what he was doing when he was calling Trump daddy. Because when I saw the news, it says NATO chief calls Trump daddy. I was like, what? In what context? Well, there was the context. Now, Trump has responded to this.
Mark Rutte, the NATO chief, who is your friend, he called you daddy earlier. Do you regard your NATO allies as kind of children?
No, he likes me. I think he likes me. If he doesn't, I'll let you know. I'll come back and I'll hit him hard, okay? No? He did it very affectionate. Daddy, you're my daddy.
Do you regard your NATO allies, though, as kind of like children, and they're obviously listening to you and they're spending...
This is a dumb question, but I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on. The journalists here are lined up and they want to get a question and you've got seconds to think of one. She wanted to ask Trump about being called daddy, but what do you really ask? Do you have any response to being called daddy? Maybe. Do you view the NATO countries as children? And of course he doesn't. It's stupid. But it allows her to ask Trump a question where Trump can assert he is daddy.
More, and you're obviously appreciative of that. But do you hope that actually they're going to be able to defend themselves, defend Europe on their own?
I think they need help a little bit at the beginning, and I think they'll be able to. And I think they're going to remember this day. And this was a big day for NATO. This was a very big day. They took it. One of the gentlemen said, you know what? We've been trying to raise money raise the rate for 30 years, he said, 20 years, from almost the beginning. And he's been there for a long time. He said, until you came along, it never happened. What you did is amazing. It's been sort of an amazing day for a lot of reasons, but also for that. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think they can do it without you, though, in the future? Can they do it without
ask Mark.
States?
I bet you have to ask Mark.
Daddy Trump. Well, Donald Trump was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize over the Iran-Israel ceasefire deal. I think it's fantastic. I look at this as kind of, okay, I guess. Excuse me. Here's what I say about the war and all that stuff. You really want to press me on this? I don't know that we're in a better or worse off position. Obviously, the pro-Israel side is saying that we got a great outcome here. Trump bombed the nuclear facilities. Trump and, we actually, let me show you this. I want to play this one. Pete Hegseth says there's going to be an investigation into the leak. You've got the media reporting that there's this leaked intel report saying they didn't do enough damage to Iran. They've only set him back months. It's an assessment. It may be wrong. Trump apparently cited Israel and says, no, Israel's saying it's wiped out. Our satellite imagery, it's wiped out. So then what's this battle damage assessment and why is it wrong? Honestly, I have no idea. But you can take it straight from the source, the administration, and they have reason to lie for sure. Or you can take it from a low-level analyst whose name you don't know. Good luck, I guess. A lot of people are going to be like, I hate Trump so much, I'm going to believe the random anonymous source and just trust it to be true. Or you can say, I don't know, I guess we'll just take it from the word of Trump. What else are you going to do about it? You got to choose who you're going to trust on this one. And Trump's a better source than a name I've not heard. Like, I don't even know the guy's name. I don't even know if it's real or who made the assessment. So it could just be a fake thing. Who knows? It's possible Trump lies too. Governments lie all the time, and they don't want egg on their face. But Hegseth has announced they got an investigation right now. Check this out.
Severe, and we believe far more likely severe and obliterated.
Is there a leak investigation?
Is
there a leak investigation?
Of course. We're doing a leak investigation with the FBI right now because this information is for internal purposes, battle damage assessments, and CNN and others are trying to spin it to make the president look bad when this was an overwhelming success.
Yep. So let's see whoever leaked that get charged for it. Top secret document, initial battle damage assessment. And it's not the big picture, is it? You can choose who to trust. Again, I'm going to tell you this. There were reports and even U.S. officials saying that they smuggled out their fissile material. We don't know where it went. So there may be peace now, but I don't know that it fundamentally alters the landscape in the Middle East in any meaningful way. To be fair, I guess you shut down some of their factories, even if it's minimal damage, and then you get a ceasefire after the fact. So I don't know that there's any negatives here. There's potential that this will enrage the Iranians who are going to seek, I don't know, to obfuscate their methods of attack, to continue the war in ways we can't track. But it's all kind of flat, to be honest. We averted any kind of great war here. Now, Trump's been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize twice in like 2 weeks. Pakistan over his negotiating peace between India and Pakistan. Oh, Pakistan got pissed after the Iran thing. And now over the Israel-Iran stuff. A House lawmaker is nominating Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize after he brokered a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. Rep. Buddy Carter wrote to the Nobel Peace Prize Committee, declaring Trump had an extraordinary and historic role in having ended the armed conflict between Israel and Iran and preventing the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism from obtaining the most lethal weapon on the planet. Trump declared the 12-day war was ending late on Monday afternoon with a ceasefire that was meant to go into effect overnight on Tuesday. It ends just over a week after Israel launched a preemptive strike against Iran, arguing Tehran was dangerously close to obtaining a nuclear weapon. The two countries subsequently traded rocket fire over the following days and over the weekend. This we know. I don't need to tell you that whole story. I got a question, though. Can anybody nominate someone for a Nobel Peace Prize? Can I just do that? Can I literally just write a letter and be like, I'm going to nominate Trump, too? Because I got to be honest, maybe everyone should just do it. Like literally everybody just send a letter and say Trump deserves the Nobel Peace Prize because he has done substantially more for peace than any U.S. president of the past 30 or 40 years. So how about them apples? Let's see. We got Barack Obama's war. We got Joe. I say Obama for Biden too. But we go back. We go Biden. You got war. You got U.S. intervention. All the bad stuff. You go Donald Trump. No new wars. You got Barack Obama. I think he had like 7. George H.W. Bush. Everybody remembers those wars. And you got Bill Clinton. Indeed, you had many wars. Indeed. What did he have? Kosovo, among others. George H.W. Bush, what was that? Desert Storm? And now we're getting back to when I was too young and these things are not top of mind for me. So what did Reagan have? I mean, I'm pretty sure like every president has some kind of war. Now, Donald Trump certainly bombed Iran, and I'm not a fan, but he's still better than all the rest. So 2 nominations, but you know what? They're never going to give it to him because Daddy Trump, that's what NATO calls him. They say, Daddy. They say he's not going to get it. Barack Obama got it for nothing. I'm not kidding. Look it up. Barack Obama got elected and they were like, we're going to give you a Peace Prize. He's like, okay, I guess. Like, sure. And then Obama went on to bomb a bunch of kids. How about them apples? So I won't be surprised when Trump doesn't get anywhere near a Nobel Peace Prize, but we'll wrap it up there. We got more news coming up, my friends. Stay tuned. Smash the like button. Share the show with everyone you know. More segments to come, and we'll see you all then.